Hey guys, comment down below which taquito you are, and then I'll be comparing all the comments and comparing it to my own preference of which taquito I am. Welcome to Buzzfeed. You know Buzzfeed, remember that? Well, my best friend and close confidant, maybe one of my closest friends in the world, honestly, Sunny V2, posted a video a year ago called The Incredibly Satisfying Death of Buzzfeed, and people keep tweeting at me to react to it. Just kidding. No one's tweeted at me about it. I do get comments though on YouTube, but no one fucking cares about me on Twitter. I post stuff like this.
Buzzfeed. 20 million subscribers, 20,000 views a video.
Oh,
the
wow.
once thriving brand.
Is it still like that? I gotta see. Hold on. Oh, wow. Oh, they haven't posted in 3 months. 17,000. I don't recognize anyone at all. Hire me. I'll revive it.
Brand now displays a Google trend graph that looks like this, a
Beautiful.
YouTube viewership graph that looks like this, and
Beautiful.
a stock price graph that looks like this. The price fall of 55%
beautiful.
from $10 a share to $4.50 a
That's
share
really
over
bad.
only the last month and a half, in conjunction with numerous rounds of layoffs and redundancies,
Layoffs.
hints at the rough seas that Buzzfeed happens to be sailing through at this very
is
moment.
terrible.
However, with such a tarnished, downtrodden
didn't know they
reputation,
were-
there's probably few who are surprised to hear of such news. And in this video, you're going to learn exactly how BuzzFeed destroyed their reputation as an accumulation of a long string of terribly poor decisions.
Yeah.
The brand
The bashing, I remember that everyone who used to be on BuzzFeed would make videos like, why I'm no longer with BuzzFeed, like an X or like a broken BuzzFeed logo. That's me when I'm no longer working for Oompaville Corp. I'm gonna just say that my experience was terrible working for Oompaville. It was all encompassing. It was terrible. I was essentially a serf. It was honestly a Hellenistic culture.
The brand started in 2006, and by 2013, it had taken on this now established format of bizarre relatable lists in combination with completely garbage news articles.
True.
There were classics such
Shit
as
website.
Why It's Time to Ban Straight People and
my
Aladdin's
God.
Dad is the biggest DILF of all time. While these were clearly nonsense articles made with the goal of being so stupid that you couldn't help but click, this is what BuzzFeed
Dude, what is this? Which Disney porn movie should you star in? By Ira Madison 3.
making extremely clickable articles
What?
which often led through to something that would be relatable to their youthful audience. 6 signs you're becoming your Asian parents.
Wait. I need to go back to this. You might be cleaning your penis wrong. What the fuck does that even mean? That is the most based thing I've ever seen in my entire life. That's how I clean my penis.
17 struggles all suburban black kids know too well. These also show that
suburban
BuzzFeed was
black
big
kid,
on the whole identity politics
honest.
movement that was being popularized at the time. Many of their articles were very focused on men versus women, blacks, whites, Asians, gays, straights, etc,
sounds healthy.
etc. Now, whether or not it was ethical to segregate people further in exchange for extra clicks is an argument for another day. But in terms of getting people to relate to the content, it worked like magic.
that Ira?
15 videos that were so damn relatable for women in 2015. However, this controversial pandering to specific identities would also be the reason behind why the site experienced massive levels of criticism. Videos such as their classic "Women Try Manspreading for a Week" were criticized online to audiences
I
of
didn't
well
like that
over
one.
10 million,
That
on
was
top of
stupid.
their already brutal 60% dislike ratios. Everything wrong with BuzzFeed, 4 million. BuzzFeed has hit a new low, 5.5 million. 36 stupid
nice.
feminist questions answered, 25 million views.
This is terrible. You're trying to relate
cynical.
opening your legs to sexism and now racism.
The old days of YouTube. Pyro looks great now, by the way.
In August
love
2017, the
BuzzFeed.
University of Missouri surveyed 8,728 individuals,
surveying
attempting
people.
to determine the most and least trusted news sources in the USA. Respondents on average, quote, leaned towards the liberal side of the political spectrum, with the distribution looking a little like this, and BuzzFeed still scored as the second least trusted news site in the USA, even lower than Alex Jones's conspiracy theory show.
I was just looking at that list. That is insane. InfoWars, The Blaze, Limbaugh, Rush Limbaugh, fucking Breitbart.
Conspiracy theory show, which Google quite literally labels as a fake news website. The
That's
damage
funny.
that Buzz
It got human pig hybrids.
It was a warm, inclusive, homey online community where everybody was welcome.
I used to
and
use it a lot.
equal
I used to think
until
BuzzFeed
one
was
day
great.
it wasn't. Slowly, it degenerated into extreme left hogwash, more ridiculous than Quibbler. It became
Quibbler?
infested with extremists and radicals. Instead of
Infested?
focusing on important issues, it focused on non-issues like manspreading. Instead of focusing on the spirit of equality, it became obsessed with the rhetoric of victimhood. victimhood.
That's a good point. And also, it's possible to make content on stuff like this, like, little hot button, trendy little topics that are based in some way on identity politics. It's possible to still focus on that spirit of equality, in my opinion. I feel like it's just, most content is sort of like that. There's a way to be nice to everyone. Oh well. BuzzFeed is trash. It's so just blatantly, there's like a weird narrative all the time, no matter what, except for BuzzFeed Unsolved. I fucking love BuzzFeed Unsolved. Ryan and I can't remember his name, the other guy, Shane. I fucking love that show.
BuzzFeed has become shitfeed, mostly. Mostly
Shitfeed.
Is a very important word to focus on.
Please mention that.
And it'd be stupid to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Ryan Bergara and Shane Madej, who are certainly contenders for the two biggest legends in YouTube history, were absolutely killing it with what many considered to be the greatest series ever uploaded to the platform,
Genuinely.
BuzzFeed Unsolved, eventually releasing over 70 episodes that cracked the 10 million view mark.
Seen
the
them all.
difference in quality between BuzzFeed Unsolved and the BuzzFeed main channel has often been highlighted in comments such as, whenever I hear BuzzFeed, it's either followed by is complete garbage or Unsolved is the best series on the internet. So I can also say for certain that they have a wide range of content, both in subject and quality. Others such as the Try Guys had a similarly positive impact on BuzzFeed's brand, often gaining over 20 million views on their episodes.
And also one of them's an adulterer.
They'd achieved massive success through BuzzFeed using their own personalities, wait for their BuzzFeed contract to end, then leave and start their own channel.
I never
doing
got
the
the
exact
Try
same
Guys,
thing,
really.
only with more creative freedom and financial incentive.
Quite frankly,
love
they
his
didn't
hair
want
on
to pay us enough.
The previously shown clip was taken from a video titled Why We Left BuzzFeed from 4 different perspectives, which was one of the countless Why I Left BuzzFeed videos that had cemented this common phenomenon of gaining skills then leaving to pursue your own project. People literally made comments on these videos saying Why I Left BuzzFeed could have its own channel. The significance of this was that it showed BuzzFeed wasn't very good at keeping their top talent. Perhaps not the fault of BuzzFeed themselves, but rather that it was simply too easy for their top people to leave.
You can't be that. That's not a thing. It's like an esports org. Like, it just doesn't, there's no way to make money by creating these people, giving them producers, and then expecting to not have to ever pay them what they're actually worth. You will outgrow it so fast. Even though it's massive, it's just like a big fucking magnifying glass. It's weird.
Ryan and Shane literally carried this channel.
True.
Without them, BuzzFeed is irrelevant. Let's be honest here. The new people that are taking over have big shoes to fill, which was commented after Ryan and Shane also announced that they will be leaving to create their own channel called Watcher. However, at least the BuzzFeed Unsolved boys and the Try Guys had the ability to resign with a bit of dignity, a luxury unavailable to the hundreds laid off by BuzzFeed over the last 4 years.
Oh no. So it gets substantially worse. By the way, Watcher, that channel's amazing. I love it. I hate BuzzFeed, and I used to watch BuzzFeed Unsolved all the time, and I was like, am I supposed to like this? Is this something? Am I being like, am I just falling in love? Have I fallen in love with two men? And then I was like, because all the other BuzzFeed stuff, everyone around me is like, it's so dumb and lame and man spreading and stuff. And I'm like, but I like ghosts with my two friends that I've never met.
BuzzFeed is being accused of laying off mostly people of color and LGBT employees, which highlighted numerous Twitter responses from BuzzFeed's fans. One specifically stated, whether you support BuzzFeed or not, the facts are that hundreds of people who made/worked on content speaking to marginalized and unrepresented groups are being laid off, and that is a problem.
Well, that isn't how that works,
The more likely, simple reality is that these people were probably just working in an area that had become unprofitable.
Yeah, there's no, that's a total non-issue. You don't just magically, you're not going to get laid off specifically because the thing you're working on is uplifting a underrepresented group. You're getting laid off because it doesn't make any money.
BuzzFeed isn't going to discriminate based on skin color or sexual orientation. However, BuzzFeed is going to discriminate based on what is bringing in profit.
Absolutely.
The additional reason for most of the layoffs being people of color or members of the LGBT community is also related to their hiring process.
I feel like
on the 18th of February 2016, one of BuzzFeed's writers announced that they were looking to hire some new talent in a tweet stating, "Would you like to write long form for BuzzFeed Canada? Well, you can. We want pitches for your Canada-centric essays and reporting."
Probably trying to hire people
BuzzFeed
like
Canada would particularly like to hear from you if you are not white and not male.
Well, that's
if you're
great.
a white man upset that we are looking for mostly non-white non-men, I don't care about you. Go write for McLean's. White men are still permitted to pitch. I will read it. I will consider it. I'm just less interested because, men. White men get huffy when you don't actively encourage
you don't
white
have
men
to keep
do
writing
stuff because white men think they're owed everything. Giving ignored voices preferential treatment is not racist against white people. It is an attempt to fix all of history. Haha.
I see the point.
Ban men, literally throw them in the garbage. I'm actually getting pictures from white men that start with, "Sorry, I'm a white man." That doesn't actually help your case. This isn't about you.
That's really rude and makes almost no sense.
Nobody watches their news. The only shares that they have
like
are
his
from
content.
people within the office sharing it. We've built a strong brand, a loyal audience. Strong brand.
Strong brand and loyal audience, guys. We've built a strong brand. I hope I don't get BuzzFeeded. I might have to lay off all of my people of color and my LGBTQs. I do actually have some ignored voices hired in my company, guys. So you should be proud of me. Although it is about 80% white dudes as well, and one bitch, Tara.
The content being produced had become incredibly stale. In
Still a
2014,
lot of
their
money.
clickbait titles and various different video series were effective in garnering a new audience. The content was fresh and interesting. Their cheap versus expensive food series was gaining views.
that shit's
Their
still
exes
popular.
doing things together series was gaining views.
What?
Their people trying whatever for the first time series was getting views.
many
Each of
people
which
try?
being an incredibly entertaining series that viewers would return for. These days, however, the only series that gains big views and ensures a returning audience is their How I Became a Meme series, with every single other video type averaging around 50,000 views. Former
has
BuzzFeed
views?
member Ken Moffat discussed how when he worked at BuzzFeed, they were always more concerned about quantity over quality.
I started to realize that to BuzzFeed, in a lot of
It's a
cases,
company,
quantity
bro.
trumps quality. They would rather have more videos than fewer good videos.
No shit. That's how the whole thing works. That's how all of it works. That's how literally everything works. It's not actually. Mr. Beast, good example. But BuzzFeed ain't making Mr. Beast content. You need a Mr. Beast to do that.
This might have worked excellently in the early days of YouTube when there was barely any competition and viewers would literally click on anything. But these days, people notice that it's made by BuzzFeed and just assume that it's another piece of mass-produced content farm crap, which it usually is. However,
Yes,
it's not like the
that's
company
true.
is worthless. On the 24th of June 2021, BuzzFeed announced that they will be going public with a
insane.
target valuation of $1.5 billion.
Shoo!
BuzzFeed would raise $287.5 million from investors after announcing that it will be merging with another company called Complex Networks. However, by the 2nd of
This ain't
December
gonna go well.
2021,
This never goes well.
just 4 days before the company was set to go public,
literally
it was
never
revealed
goes
that
well.
94% of this 287 million had been withdrawn from investors, leaving BuzzFeed with just 16.2 million. This, in combination
is
with a clear
so
decline in
bad.
site traffic, Google search volume, video views, numerous layoffs, failing to meet profit goals year after year, led to somewhat of a disastrous first month as a public company. On the
That
very first
sucks.
day, the share price was $10.
That just never
but by
goes
the end
well,
of the
though.
first week, it had dropped to $5.80, down
Internet
42%,
IPOs just don't really
and after
seem to do
approximately a month and a half, the price has since dropped further to $4.50, a total decline of 55%.
What is it now? Let's see. BuzzFeed stock. Oh my God. That is so bad. 66 cents.
One financial article stating that even after the plunge in price, I feel that BuzzFeed stock is not a bargain.
Now
The
it's
same
a
article
bargain.
also critiqued BuzzFeed for their
66
poor
cents.
business
It's a
operation
penny
as a whole,
stock.
in a statement which perfectly concludes the company's slow, painful death. In my view, it's clear their business model is a failure. Perhaps too many of their writers view their employment to be a non-profit entity that exists solely to achieve social changes and not to make money for capitalist shareholders.
That is literally what it is. It's a fucking business, guys.